I'm a big believer of knowledge acquisition and learning, going from like a big program in Solid, you've been a power user,
yeah,
SolidWorks, and then going to Fusion. What was that like for you? You know, kind of like onboarding yourself to a new program.
I had been using SolidWorks for over 17 years. I had taught it at the Art Institute for 8 years. So I would consider myself a power user in the design and modeling side of SolidWorks. When I started at Autodesk, I had never used Fusion360. When I got hired, I distinctly remember I went to San Francisco and I went through a training program. To be blunt, I was a little bit scared. How am I going to get people to adopt this versus what I was coming from? Because I know that most design schools were teaching that. You know, from a user standpoint, I was just like, everything was opposite and foreign. And I was just like, what am I doing? Here's the big but. As soon as I was hired, I had about 5 program managers from the Fusion360 team reach out to me, literally within 2 weeks. And they said, I want you to document your learning process coming from a power user standpoint with SolidWorks. If you're the guys in charge of making this tool and you want to absorb my competitive knowledge, that's a good idea. Compared to the feeling I got when I opened the program, that was very much reassuring. And as I was getting used to the job and spending a couple hours every day modeling, I documented, and I had like 55 to 65 problems. And I went back to the various program managers. I went through the process. It kept changing. It got better. I could see the things that literally I said show up. And then one day, about a year in, I was starting to understand more and get the workflow, and I had an epiphany moment where I was like, oh, that 20 minutes would have taken me a day in SolidWorks.